Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Nox here. I wanted to make a video today on the new character in Battleborn called Pendles. And he's really cool. He's an assassin type character. He's got a lot of stealth to him. He's not that complex. It might seem like it, but trust me, it's not that easy. Let's go over it, alright? So his passive is called Corner Sneak, and basically this lets Pendles cloak activate when no enemy sees him. So basically he's always cloaked as long as he doesn't attack or no enemy sees him when he's uncloaked. So he has increased movement speed when he's cloaked, and when he goes uncloaked, his movement speed is very slow compared to when he's cloaked. So it's very dangerous for him, and I think he needs a movement speed item in his class setup for gear. So that's something to look out for, because he's very vulnerable and has not a lot of health compared to other Battleborn, so you gotta be a little bit more careful in the way you approach enemies. His early game's kind of dangerous when you play in a versus match, so you should be a little bit more careful. But I think once you get Miasma, you'll start to notice how much damage output you can actually perform and do when you initiate a fight. Since, you know, he can go invisible, you might want to just try to sneak around and pick off somebody that's by themselves, or someone you can probably easily just damage. Maybe assist in kills is what he's good at, because his ultimate is very good at that by making a cloud of poison in the area around him. So let's move on to what he uses as a weapon. His weapons are dual commas. That's his basic weapon. Basically, it's his first weapon. It's primary attack. He'll use these commas, and it's just basically a melee attack, very close range. His secondary attack, which is his range attack, would be these throwing stars. It's just one throwing star, but it's not that fast. It's kind of slow. I mean, it might be useful in certain situations if you can manage to hit them when they're running away and they have like no health. So that's really useful, if you can catch them with a throwing star. But other than that, it doesn't do a lot of damage compared to your commas. Now his talent, which is really interesting, it'll give him minus 25% CC duration, so that will give him a little bit more freedom in a fight when he gets stunned by something like Galilea's shield or Kelvin's I don't know what it is, his like little wisp form, when he passes through you and you get stunned. This will, let you come back faster and run away from the fight if you need to. So basically, he's a little bit more safe, on the safer side when it comes to that. And maybe adding a little CC to your loadout might be useful, but I think there's a helix that'll, assist that instead of using a gear. You can use gear for like attack speed or more skill damage or something like that along those lines. So let's get to his first ability. This is Smoke Bomb. Smoke Bomb is kind of like his bread and butter. This can either add a lot more damage over time to an enemy Battleborn that you're fighting, but it's also his getaway, or one of his getaways. So basically the Smoke Bomb, what it'll do is you throw it at his feet. It's always right under Pendles. You cannot throw it unless you get the helix to let yourself throw it. When you throw it at Pendles' feet, it'll create a poison circle in the area. It'll deal 67 damage as base damage, and then an additional 80 damage over 2 seconds. So this is what it does at level 1. And it'll instantly cloak him. That's always constant. So you can use this either for more damage or to get away. I prefer to use it as a getaway because in a really tight situation, when you become uncloaked, you're very vulnerable and you need to get away. You hit your Smoke Bomb and you run out of there. Now his second ability is his Injection. Injection will basically be his high damage ability. It'll be able to let you get kills easier and your team to get kills easier. It's a great ability. Basically what it'll do is it'll heavily slow a target for 2 seconds, and it'll strike the enemy for 200 damage at its base damage, which is great. So there's a lot you can add to it. There's a helix that lets you add a dash to it, and you can actually use this as an escape later on, but we'll get to that when we go to his helixes. So now let's finally look at his ultimate ability. Now, Miasma, this is really cool. It'll cover him in airborne poison, and then that'll deal 248 damage as soon as you hit level 5. And it'll do that damage over time in 10 seconds. And Miasma, it'll reduce injections cooldown when it's active, so you can use injection more often. That's why I say it's really his high damage ability, because you can always use it as long as you have Miasma up. So you know, you'll have a system. You can wait for Miasma to come back, and then you can go and attack an enemy Battleborn. This way you'll have that extra damage, and then this way you'll be able to use injection a lot while, you know, just attacking them, and you'll be able to kill them, I'm pretty sure, eventually, as long as you can keep up with them. Now let's go to his helixes. This is where stuff gets kind of interesting. I got him to level 3 already, and his mutation unlocks, but for some reason it gave me the 9th one. I don't know why. So it's kind of weird. No, wait, no. It gave me, I think, the 7th one. Yeah, it gave me the 7th one for some odd reason. So we'll get to that eventually. So we got the first 2 helixes. We got Poison Cloud on the left, and we got Cobra Strike on the right. So we'll start with Poison Cloud. Poison Cloud basically increases the duration of Smoke Bomb's Poison Cloud. So if you want to do more damage with the cloud of poison, you know, you would add 3 seconds, you'll be able to do 5 seconds of damage, which is nice if you're looking to do more damage. But I prefer to get Cobra Strike because it'll give you kind of a mini dash on injection. This way you can catch up to your target and you know, hit them with the slow, and then you can start wailing on them with your basic attack. It also acts as an escape in certain situations. There's a helix down in his list that gives him a higher jump, and you can combine the jump and injections a dash to effectively get up cliffs and heights that certain Battleborn can't get to, so you can effectively get away easier. That's why I prefer it. This is a very good one too. I don't know, this is your preference. I prefer to get the blind because when I'm trying to get away, you know, I'll throw the smoke bomb down, I'll turn invisible, and I'll blind the enemy Battleborn that's, you know, attacking me. So I like to get that just to blind them so I can get away easier. Now the other one, smoke bombs can be thrown. You know, if you're looking to do more damage from a distance with your smoke bomb, then maybe you can combine the right helix with the smoke bomb's poison cloud duration, so you can do more damage with that. Use it more like a grenade. Okay, so we got these two, Mama's Bite and Backstab. This is another thing. I think I'd prefer Lifesteal, because I don't know how often you're going to be able to strike an enemy Battleborn in the back. I mean, maybe you can use Backstab as like a starter, like when you're initiating a fight and you're behind the enemy, and then you end up using Injection. You can combine that, and you know, your first strike will do a lot more damage. So you can think about that, or you can you know, just stick with basic lifesteal, and you'll have a little bit more sustain in some fights. But be careful though; it's not too great. It's only 50%, so you know, you'll still be able to, like, you know, get dead. Alright, so moving on to this fourth helix. This is Life Leech and Savage Cut. Life Leech, what it'll do is it will grant a portion of health damage dealt by injection is returned as health. So you'll get 60% lifesteal from injections damage. This is alright. Usually when you're gonna use injection, it's just gonna be to initiate the fight. So, you know, unless you have Miasma activated and then you start using injection a lot, this will let you, you know, stay in the fight for a very long time, probably effectively, especially combined with the lifesteal from just his basic attack. So that's something to consider Now Savage Cut, this is really good. Enemies affected by injection suffer additional poison damage, so it's plus 90 damage over 3 seconds. I like this one because, you know, you do more damage over time. Let's see, and it adds to injection, so it's perfect. Cloak and Cover, and then there's Escape Plan. Cloak and Cover, this will let Pendles get reduced damage while cloaked. So, you know, if someone sees you while you're cloaked and you get shot, it'll just do less damage. It's nothing too important about that. That's nice though. Now Escape Plan, when uncloaked and taking damage, Pendles' smoke bomb cooldown is reduced up to 100% cooldown time. So, you know, you'll have your smoke bomb up in no time when you're in that oh crap moment. So I prefer to get Escape Plan because you'll be able to get out a little bit easier. Alright, so now we got Feint and Sweet Spot. Sweet Spot will increase injections damage dealt from behind, so, you know, that'll just help you even more if you get the Helix where you get melee attacks from the back, increased damage. So that'd be really, really, really good. But they don't stack. It's two different things: melee damage and injections damage from behind. So you have to pick which one you want. So now we got Smoke Bomb propels him backwards. This is, I don't like it that much, but it might help you in certain situations. I prefer to get increased injections damage dealt from behind because when you use Smoke Bomb, you're just using it to get away instead of just throwing yourself somewhere different. It could totally kill you if you just throw yourself backwards into enemy lines by accident. Alright, so this is another one that I have a hard time choosing because I like Poison Blood, which reflects a portion of damage. This is his mutation. Poison Blood will reflect a portion of damage, about 50%, back to the attacker. You know, that's nice if you're in a fight and you just keep getting hit by just everything. You know, you'll hurt them a little bit back, but it's not something too big. Deeper Pockets, this will add 2 throwing stars instead of having 1 throwing star to your secondary attack. So your ranged attack will have 3 throwing stars. This definitely ups its damage a lot, but I still don't like it that much. I'd say just try it out and see what you prefer to get in this Helix section. Now Coiled Spring, which is his left side of the Helix, this will increase his height of the jumps he does. So you can use this to really, really, really get away. Say you're playing on Overgrowth and you're in the middle, where the thrall camp is, and there's the 2 thralls, and you know there's the 2 ledges. If you're able to, you know, and you're not slowed or anything or stunned, you can jump really high and use injection to escape really easily up to one of those cliffs, so you can effectively get away. That's why I prefer to get Coiled Spring, just for the getaway. But if you're looking for more damage, I guess you'd get Deeper Pockets for more of range damage. To the next one, we're going to the 8th Helix, Battlefield Bombs. This will reduce Smoke Bomb's cooldown time by 20%, so, you know, even more cooldown if you want for your Smoke Bomb. But this is a really cool one. The next one on the right is called Acid Blast. This will increase Smoke Bomb's damage by 38%, so, you know, you'll be able to do more damage and get away if you need to, so it's kind of really good. This one you can go with either or. If you're not building cooldown, then you might want to pick up the cooldown if you're having trouble with its cooldown being too long. Alright, so the 9th cooldown. Cooldown! How smart, I meant to say 9th Helix. The 9th Helix. Start with the left one, Relentless Strikes. Pendles melee attacks reduce injections cooldown by 0.5 seconds. So this is really good, you know, because you'll have even more cooldown on injection, so you can use it even more often, which is great because it's just basically his main source of damage other than his primary attack. Now to the right one, Slippery. This will make him more resistant to crowd control effects, so it gives him 50% minus CC duration after using injection for 3 seconds. So, you know, I think you'd rather and probably should get Relentless Strikes because, you know, more injection cooldown time reduced is fantastic. Now for his very last helix, we got Necrosis and Venom Synergy. Necrosis lets you, let's see. Enemies affected by Miasma's aura are wounded up to 10 plus seconds wound duration. So basically it'll wound enemies for 10 seconds. So I think, I'm not sure the whole term of wounding in Battleborn, but I think wound is either a damage over time effect, kind of like your poison, or it's just a slow. So you know, if it's a slow, you probably should get this one. This way you can keep up with your target and they can't get away. But if it's a damage over time effect of like 10 seconds, maybe it might be worth it because you'll do a lot more damage to the target that you are fighting. Now Venom Synergy is also a good one. I can say you can go either or with these two. It's Venom Synergy. While Miasma is active, injections damage is increased against enemies with less than 50% of health. So basically it'll increase your damage by 20%. It'll increase injections damage if they're below 50% health. So you can go with either one for his 10th helix. It's really, really good. And that's about it. I'm just gonna leave you guys some gameplay to see what Pendles is like in action. If I can't really get him in versus, I'm just gonna leave a little bit of gameplay in story mission, because you know, since he's a new character, there's a lot of people racing to get Pendles in a versus game, and that's it's annoying, but it's not that bad. I understand. But thank you guys for watching. You know, if you want, just leave a like, share, subscribe. It'd be really nice, help my channel out a lot. You know, leave a dislike if you didn't like the video. It'll teach me and make me learn more about YouTube and how to make better content for you guys. And if you want, just leave a comment saying which Battleborn I should cover next. I'd like to cover all the Battleborn, but I just don't know which one I should cover next, and I'd like to know what you guys think. I'll try to improve these guides a lot more from this first one, because, you know, I'm new to this, so I'm just getting used to it. But, thank you guys again, and it has been cool. I am Nox. See ya!
Feeble mind? The hell's that supposed to mean?
Oh, I'm sorry. That means I think you're stupid.
Please, shut up and stop panicking. Rest of you, kill that thing. We're not leaving till that portal's closed.
Huh, that's new. Those Heresi troopers are shielding the conservator. Take them out!
business card.
You're alive! What on earth just happened? You all just forget it. We'll discuss it later. Kill the conservator! Kill those or else he's shielding the conservator.
Can they throw at me? Boring conversation anyway.
That's new. Those Orelsi troopers are shielding the conservator. Take them out!
Oh, that went up nicely. Secreted this just for you.
Portal coalescence at 99.7%.
Sentry, your moment of sacrifice has come. Initiate death march.
You got it, buddy. Oh, and hey, you're gonna have to tell me where the death march is when I get back.
Beautiful. Sensors are detecting no trace of the anomaly. We've held the Orelsi at bay for one more day. Hang tight, gang. En route for extraction.
Here it comes.